Presentation layer is the layer 6 of OSI model, and in this video I will discuss the presentation layer, its functions and the attack vectors. So presentation layer is responsible to translate, encrypt and compress data between application layers and the lower layers. And these lower layers starts from the physical layer, then data link layer, network layer, transport layer and session layer. So real world analogy of presentation layer could be like a translator which converts a Mandarin language to an English language, or like a safe which encrypts sensitive documents before dispatching them. So this encryption is done by the presentation layer using the transport layer security or TLS, and their transportation is the responsibility of transport layer, which is layer 4 of OSI model. Now presentation layer ensures that system with different formats can communicate seamlessly, and its functions include data translation, encryption, compression and error character encoding. As a data translation, it converts data formats for compatibility across systems. For example, ASCII is converted to Unicode. And for encryption, it secures the data via cryptographical protocols. For example, transport layer security or SSL. However, SSL is an older version and it is not recommended. And in TLS, that is transport layer security, the initial handshake is done by the session layer, which is the layer 5 of OSI model. And in this handshake, the encryption parameters are shared, but the encryption is performed by the presentation layer. And there are other encryption protocols as well, for example, advanced encryption standard or pretty good privacy or PGP. Its compression function reduces the data size for efficient transmission. For example, images are compressed into JPEG, and video is compressed into MPEG, and files are compressed into ZIP. In character encoding, it ensures that the text is readable across systems. For example, UTF-8 or base 64 encoding. Now the benefits of session layer is that it ensures the cross-system compatibility, security and privacy and performance. In cross-system compatibility, for example, a Linux server sends a UTF-8 text, encoded text to Windows server or Windows app. And then session layer is responsible to translate this UTF-8 into UTF-16 so that Windows app is able to understand this data. And in security and privacy, a credit card information is encrypted before transmission by using the transport layer security in HTTPS, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which operates at layer 7 of OSI model, which is the application layer. Another advantage of session layer is the performance. So by compressing a video file of 10 MB into 2 MB, it ensures fast streaming of videos. Now there are certain attack vectors related to presentation layer, and it includes certain cryptographical attacks. For example, the Spoodle attack, which stands for padded oracle on downgraded legacy encryption. And this exploit was found in 2014, in which the browser was forced to use a downgraded version of encryption. For example, instead of using TLS, this TLS encryption is downgraded to SSL3. And then this is the beast exploit, which stands for browser exploit against SSL and TLS, and it was introduced in 2011, and it targeted the TLS version 1.0. And actually this exploit was against the weak initialization vector used in this protocol. So what we can do is we can disable these TLS 1.0 or SSL, and we should only use SSL TLS 1.3 version. We should not use any version of SSL. Then there are certain data format exploit. For example, a malformed JPEG is made to cause the buffer overflow attack. So what we can do is we can use input validation in different fields of our application, so that user won't be able to input any invalidated data in these parameters. Or we can use the latest libraries, which by default disable this functionality. Then there are certain tag vectors related to compression, side channel, and these are side channel tags. For example, this crime attack was launched in 2012, and it actually killed the TLS encryption. So you cannot use the TLS encryption because it is now vulnerable to this attack. So this crime stands for compression ratio information leak made easy. So this is related to compression attack, and what attacker does is it injects a known text in form of a cookie and observe the encrypted size to steal the authentication token or session. So since it has killed the TLS compression or use of TLS compression, so you can disable this TLS compression, and you should not use it. So this was all. Thank you.